UPK, oh and west. Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace, him start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are a nation. But just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the nation. Daniel get a vision. Him see the black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome nor its regions. Come out them religion if you want be a free man. Cause the deacons them full of demons. Same situation with Rasta with Islam. Only beacon of hope for your lean and I.S.U.P.K and the General YAHANNA. Every fowl of the ear, every beast of the field, every creeping thing we creep on land, every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. Mashiach is a black man who have ear, let him hear. Time to prepare, spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear, we no tear. Bun Saddam, my bun, but him and a just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are a nation. I just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the nation, send evils and curses on the whole city and the beasts and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeat, history repeat, another first days. Hey, 400 years to work with, then desert with, then turn round and call we worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and then the doctors and nurses. Hey, one day the building have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day the building have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn, hey, I just part of the mission. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are a nation. I just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the mission.
Any man give his life for Yahweh Mashiach and Christ and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary. It's all about that warfare, boy. Back up, back up, it's all about that warfare, boy. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We will not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem? Tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour pass. You can either get with it or get flipped like a crosses with no consequence. But you will pay daily. You should've used your common sense. My zeal lit, that means you could never prevail. Hey, with a true sin, hey, where warriors dwell. Be wise with the weapons, cause I promise. My nine just like my wife, she concealed, she modest. I know two things, a robber will not prosper. And any man harm me and my aunt gon' meet the doctor. Cause this life is warfare, it's not an easy walk. Been watching my people die so you can miss me with that love talk. My U.P.K soldiers, any man try to cross your path, make him regret it. What that means? Fall on his ass. Comparing me to you really ain't no contest. Lonely one west. Say what? Lonely one west. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for. Tell them back up. I'm about to drop something heavy for. Go to grab, 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 go to grab. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give grab, give grab, give grab, back up, give grab, give grab, give grab, back up, give grab, give grab. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grab, 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 take grab. My soldiers take grab till them stand down. Take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab, take grab. My soldiers take grab till them stand down.
Get it. Shut down YC. I.S.U.P.K. 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 The home of the truth, nigga. Started out in one West, nigga. I.S.U.P.K. 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 The home of the truth, nigga. Started out in one West, nigga. Year 2007 has gone. A leader was born. The name of Commander General YAHANNA here is on. New 7 has born. I took my oath, nigga. Nigga, I swore to I.S.U.P.K. It's the only fucking way. One West to the death until they bury me. Hennessy, Alizé, big bottle of scotch. Want to visit the block, and where we set up shop. I catch a body at camp. You front onto Zaria. So hold your peace. When he speak, when he teach, before I reach for that peace and clear that street, I was never humble, always a beast. I let it fly for the most high, YAHANNA, L Cool J, homie. I'm that type of guy, and for the heathen, I'm the only one standing. If it's you and I.S.U.P.K. 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 The home of the truth, nigga. Started out in one West, nigga. I.S.U.P.K. 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 The home of the truth, nigga. Started out in one West, nigga. I.S.U.P.K. 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 What? I.S.U.P.K. The home of the truth, nigga. Started out in one West, nigga. Yahweh Ben Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Barak the Third. Yo, man. Yo, get back to that 1969 I.S.U.P.K. shit, man. I want to hear that 1969 I.S.U.P.K. We the children of God, Yashala, and we only pray to Almighty Yahweh and do the commandments like his son Yahweh Shah. Don't think we soft, nigga. Yeah, you could die. We not Christian. We don't believe all of everybody. If it ain't about the 12 tribe, fuck everybody. Then that's a statement. You need to stop hating. You can't prove we Africans, so stop debating. I was stuck in a hard place, a hard time behind the rock, thinking I was Muslim. So I seen the I.S.U.P.K. big homie to Zaria, battling Imam Bashir. I bet Bashir is a woman, that's the secret of the year. Your philosophies can't clap back. Africa don't mean you black. Tell Sinetta that. Tell Polite to cross the fucking line and fall the fuck back. You hear me, nigga? I'm with some real niggas at the Passover, nigga, drinking liquor. I.S.U.P.K. What?
Baby, no listen to no fake news, them can't. Could do all it out and them never fake news. But this year just be a bad bitch I get forward from with you. But that one you have to good girl them. Crazy. She never did a features, I rate it. Never did a features half naked. Me never did a piggy R ratings half way, that's why me give her ratings. She never did a features half naked. Never did a features R rated. Me never did a piggy R ratings half way, that's why me give her ratings. I know every girl a white material. I know every girl forget the juice in my seed bag. I know every girl me trust to cook my food, nor boil my tea, not tea, put the milk in the cereal. Me like a catty when me dival. When what me wash for cook for clean and no fuss. When she hear me get a new girl, I know that me mean when me say me fight me demons. Multiple wife legally, no illegal. Yeah, straight, me don't crazy. I know every catty can be my first lady. I know every press plus body don't pay for plus Tatiana no fit in and no mercy when me say oh luxury dolly fi nurse baby a trouble when luxury dolly turn old lady. So big up every girl we don't lazy. Your body big but why your mommy donate it. I rate it. Never did a features half naked. Me never did a piggy R ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She never did a features half naked. Never did a features R rated. Me never did a piggy R ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She now wait pan money for reach her and donation. She make reach her man donation. Ram run job and run, but he waste gal a tell her fi leave her man, but she stay strong. She know say them are no friends, them are haters. Them sleep with every man in a the acre. Can't get nobody fi stay long and want the advice for relation. Baby no listen to no fake news. Them can't keep a man 'cause them never stay true. Could do all it out and them never pay dues. Never shut them out and them wicked and cruel, eh? Bag man a rush, but them just a get yours. Everything them have, them did a fiat blows. Instagram live, them nude for the views. Baby, that I know you though. Sure, I rate it. Never did a pictures half naked. Me never did a piggy R ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She never did a pictures half naked. Never did a pictures R rated. Me never did a piggy R ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. One wish. Yo, I thought what a bumble clot to them boy, man. Bad mind never.
Shalom. Since the Israelites, make sure my mic is on. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and is run today by Commanding General YAHANNA, the man with the rank and the authority to be the ruler or the leader of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans at this time. Yahweh to the brothers, Yahweh to the sisters. Welcome to our Sunday afternoon scripture breakdown class. All right. Now, there was an event that took place probably about a week ago. I think it's less than 2 weeks now. The opening games of the Commonwealth. Now, I never did watch it live. I never did watch it because I never really think that, I wasn't looking for anything as brazen as what took place. Yeah, the nations have brought back Baal worshipping. Who you think they bring it back for? Us. Baal, idolatry has always angered the Most High, but I don't know, Baal worshipping, Baal have something to do with, they're saying the light. Baal brings the light. So it always sort of grasp our blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people, the Israelite of the Bible. So our people always gravitate towards this false religion more than any other idolatrous religion. But I probably it's because of what Baal teaches. Baal basically allow people to do what they want to do. Yeah, man, there is no what you would call it now. All right. Our God gave us rules and laws. Baal worshiping, you don't really have no rule, no law to say you should do this or you should not do that. Basically, they do what they want to do in Baal worshiping. So, because of that, now it seems as if our people gravitate towards it. But it is a sad thing because we see in today's modern society, it's as if the nations now, with the word of plagues coming on them now, they say, you know what? Let us appease our gods. It must be something like that. I can't see why they just, gone back for what do you call it now? It was gone back for an ancient god called Baal. But when I read the scriptures, our people has always been, from we come out of Egypt, at the bottom of before the Most High even gave us the laws, oops, we're gone into Baal worshiping. We're gone into idolatry. Today it's no different. All right. Exodus chapter 20. All right, give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Shalom, sir.
Shalom, shalom. All right, give me Exodus 20 as a command.
Got another one gun.
And verse 3.
Got another one gun. This is the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
All right, so that's one of that when it comes to God, to bowing yourself to images and so on. Most I put it simple. Don't bow yourself to nothing else but me. There's nothing else out there worth worshiping but me. There's nothing else out there with life that have the power that I have. That's what God is basically saying.
Right.
All right. Don't bow yourself to other. Anything else is you making it a God. There has never been any other entity outside of the out there in the universe that present itself to you and say, I am God. I am the creator of all this.
Right.
Right? Only Yahweh. Right? So he just tell you plain and simple, I have no other God before me. However, all right, Exodus 32, 1 to 8.
Another one gone. Another one gone. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 32, and verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us, for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him.
All right, so this is our people being influenced by others, you know. Well,
Right.
we say that, but I don't know. But whenever time we have other nations around us, this is what happened. They always entice our people with their philosophy, because the idolatry have its roots in philosophy, you know. Yeah, man.
God.
The other religions, they have to come with some, you know, captivating philosophical speech or notion which captivate our people. They can't just present something to you and say, bow yourself to this. You know, Baal, they tell about the giver of light and bring light to the world and all that, right? You know, there's so many, and every single one of these them things, it gives you some philosophical talk. What verse we just read again? One?
Verse 1 gone.
Right. So what's the philosophy they want to put behind this idols that they're coming out? First thing, that these are what brought us up out of the land of Egypt. Right. Make us gods which shall go before us. And this is what you're going to see, you know. Well, yeah. That's what they said when they presented the gods to the people. Behold, the God that brought you out of the land of Egypt. When they themselves know it wasn't so. All right, read on.
Gone. Verse 2. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me.
All right. Well, you know, from a long time, our sons wear earrings. Personally, me know, me I'm not fancy that, but you know, a man want to wear it, up to him. But you see what they did then? The gold. So you see, having much gold does not prevent oppression, you know. Oppression comes
God.
from the philosophy of these gods. Whatever they're teaching you, that's what is going to oppress you. And you having much gold makes no difference. They had gold, so much so that they could melt it up and make a golden calf. Continue.
Another one can, verse 3. And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears and brought them unto Aaron.
Right. So they take out the earrings and so on. And earrings, golden earrings were so much to make an idol. Yet still, when we require now gold for the temple, the tabernacle, when we were making the tabernacle, there still was enough gold amongst the people to put the golden cups and things that we require for the tabernacle.
Okay.
Read on.
Another one can, verse 4. And he received them at their hands and fashioned it with a graving tool. After he had made it a molten calf, and they said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
Right. So present, see, it's not just one, you know. To make the molten calf, but to make other things. And said, These be their God. So what they're doing was they were presenting us, our same people. Aaron was a priest from in Egypt. So that's why they went to Aaron. Aaron was skilled at these things. He was probably a craftsman. Maybe he used to make gods for the Egyptians and sell to them. So they turned to Aaron and said, make us something. Aaron didn't want to do it, but he gave in. And they forced him. And they said, These are thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. Is it much difference today? Yeah, they present you with philosophies which come from idolatrous people, like pull yourself up by your bootstrap, out of many one people. You can be all that you want to be. I mean, you bring light to the world. You know, all those things that they tell you can start practicing and believing to relieve yourself of oppression. That's the way it is today. They tell you all these things, but can it really relieve you of oppression? It can't. As a matter of fact, it even oppresses you more. Continue.
Another one can, verse 4. So okay, verse 5. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation and said, Tomorrow is a feast to the Lord.
And that Lord was not Lord God of Israel they were talking about. That Lord was the gods that they were making. The molten calf. The same molten calf that they became known as the sin of Jeroboam.
God.
Right. And that became like Lord Baal. Right? Well, the molten calf wasn't necessarily Baal, but Baal basically, they can make Baal into anything they want. Because today, in today's date, you know, them in the opening game of the Commonwealth, I mean, they present you with a calf,
God.
a cow, a bull, and bowing down to it, and you know, doing it as if it's just, you know, ceremonial and blah blah. It was idol worshiping.
Yes, sir. They were actually bowing down to it and worshiping it and talking about appeasing it and all them things there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because of the things that were happening in the world, the thing that they need to appease the calf, the Baal, right, or Molech, or whichever one it is that bull represents, that they had. Read on.
Gun, verse 6. And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play.
You see what happened? This is our idolatry worship. Offerings, sat down to eat and drink. Just like Christmas, just like what do you call it? Thanksgiving, Easter, you know, birthday, all those idolatrous days that you should not be you should not be celebrating.
God.
Eating and drinking and play. What is that play? They go and dance and do whatever they want to do.
God.
Right?
That's all like the Christian church.
Same way. Verse 7.
Gun, verse 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves.
Right. So Moses now was not there when that was happening. They don't see Moses for a couple of days. And what they do? They say, okay. All right. We're going back to what we know. We know idols. Right. And this is what you always hear the church talk about. Mixed multitude. There was always mixed multitude there. Of course, every country have other nations within their country. Every single one of them today. So, which means every country have a little of mixed multitude. But we can never go amongst them and impose our God on them. It never happened. Right? And even when Jerusalem fell, what they did was to went and study. They found our records. Every nation came there and studied our records. And what they do? They didn't try to follow it the way we follow it. They make a new religion unto themselves. The Arabs did it, the Christian did it, and the Jewish man did it. Which in way what the Bible was. The Bible was just our records, right? The Bible was not a religious book, because we as a people were the Most High didn't teach us religion. He taught us life, way of life. This is how you live. This is how you serve me, right? But they came, they take it, put it into religion.
God.
Why it's not a religious book? I mean, which religious book out there have what do you call it? Lord of mercy. You call it the genealogy. Right. Which religious book out there has so much genealogy as the Bible?
Right.
Right? Every single book of the Bible can be traced back to the children of one man. That's record. That's nothing to do with the other races and religion. Right? If the other nation want to go and bow down them to them God, you know, to them unmade God and thing. The only problem the most I have with it really is they're always using it to entice us, and they don't want that. Right? But really and truly still the most I don't like see other nation, because he creates every man. So I don't really like see them doing those things. It began in Babylon. First Babylon and Nimrod. Them start this idolatrous thing. Right? Him don't like seeing those. But you Israelites is the one who gets him angry more than any other nation doing it. Because he take you as being holy unto him.
God.
All right, that's what we reach now. 8.
That was 8, sir. And Slack, yeah, just to add to your point, because some people get it confused. You know what I mean? Them think when we say the Bible, we are talking about, you know what I mean, the Bible is our records. We are talking about the book that is printed. You know what I mean? Like the one we were having our hand now, and like that was always there in Jerusalem. No, it was different scrolls and records. You know what I mean? And modern time.
There was no one book with everything.
Right, yeah, exactly. There was no one book with everything. So take the Christianity out of it. Stop think about the one book now where everybody have, where the Christian church have, and things say, and that them go down at that way I say, them go down at Jerusalem go find. I know that way I say is different records, and then now in modern times compile into a book. But the records really come from our people, you know what I mean? So
we lived it.
Right.
We lived it. It's not like we sat down and make some fairy tale story. We lived it. And not only that, you realize that when they print the Bible and sell it, the King James Version, is England have the royalties to that, you know. If you want a Bible now, you want a brand new Bible now, you have to buy it. Who does the money go to? Money have to go to somebody.
Right.
And guess what? It is still the #1 selling book in the world.
Right?
And it is our records, and we're not even collecting, we're not even getting royalties for that. So you see why it's gonna be so necessary for Christ to really put these nations under subjection. We live the life. We live the life. They sell these books of our records, yet they can't find it within them to say, you know, let's put aside some of these money to really go to the true people who live the life of this book.
Right.
They keep on denying us, you know, as if it was some white people that was in that land. That's why I say skin cancer, they have the highest rates as well, not now, because they find, they call it something, sunblock, sunscreen. They find sunscreen to be using now. But prior to them discovering sunscreen, they are the highest rates of skin cancer in the world.
Right.
Because it wasn't them in the land. Now they have to be using sunscreen to stay in the land. So, you know, when we come and take over, we just banish all sunscreen. You don't have to kill them, just banish the sunscreen. Well, it was, you say you were the one in the land, live without the sunscreen. I'm not using it. You don't need it. Live without it. And stop shaving. And let's see which one of us will survive. Right? These people are so evil. That's why Christ's judgment on them will be righteous. All right, Exodus. Oh, tell me to Judges now. 2.
10
to 13.
And slack here, sir. That what them do with the Bible right now, profiting after our records down. They would have called like copyright infringement today. If an artist, you know what I mean, put somebody else's lyrics in a song, you know what I mean, he would have to pay royalties to that artist where him sample. You understand?
Man.
But yet still slack it.
Yeah, no, I say yeah. That's right.
Yeah, gone. But yet still them profit in so many different ways off of our records. You know what I mean? Slack you.
They live it, they sell it, they collect the money, they collect the blessings. Oh my Lord. The Most High should have copyrighted those blessings. Probably did. That is why he is coming back to take it away from them and bestow those blessings on the rightful persons. Right? But they don't have any form of love within them to say, you know, let us be reasonable. But they can't, because those that call themselves Jewish, if they give up the Judaism that they are following, what are they going to follow?
Right.
They have been living hundreds of years with that. They know nothing else. So they put themselves in a predicament where, boy, what are you going to do? You're going to kill them out.
Right.
And that's what Christ is coming back to do. Not us. The Most High don't give us any power, any such power. We can't even talk out to them, much less to eradicate them. But Christ coming to tread the winepress of the Most High, of the God of Israel. Right? All right, read on. Judges 2:10-13.
Another one can. This is the book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 10. And also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel.
So you see how it happens. You just stop teaching about God, about Yahweh, and one generation just come up. It's just like this generation that is coming up now. This different style of reggae they're coming with. They're coming up with like their own philosophy, right? They call themselves now chopper, right? So boy, it's like the line. You know the philosophy behind them call themselves choppers. You know, it's like what they say them do.
Them a chop
the line.
God.
So what is that line now? That line is what should flow things of life to them, money and so on. But something wrong with the line. It's like a line clog or something. So they chop the line. You have to understand the whole philosophy and our concept of thinking behind our young people. And it's not difficult to lose the right way, you know. It's very easy to get back on track on the wrong way than to find the right path. Very difficult to find the right path because there is so many wrong way, right? And this is what in Judges now, it started then. But we actually started sowing the seed to go back to go on the wrong way, because the Most High did tell us to get rid of the nations that are on the land. Don't befriend them, kill them out.
Right.
Don't even make them your slaves. What's the word we use? Genocide. You go and you practice genocide on them. Not even slavery you shouldn't put them into. But we think that we are smart, man, and we went in the land and we said, lucrative, man. These men look like some lucrative thing. And yeah, they know the land. They have been living in it for hundreds of years. Because when we were in Egypt suffering slavery, they were in those land, that same land, Canaan. So they know the land.
Right.
And as soon as they got the upper hand of us, what do you think they did? What verse you read a while ago?
Verse 10.
All right. As soon as they got the upper hand of us, read verse 11, you see what happened.
Another one can, verse 11. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Baalim.
12.
Verse 12. And they forsook the Lord God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods of the people that were found about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger.
That were round about them.
Gone. Round about them. Gone.
So you see what happened? The people just you went and you make these people tributaries unto you, make them servants, you went in and you taxed them. They become tributary, just like how we are tributary to America. and the what you call them, the IMF and World Bank and all them things, right? All these people did was just patiently wait a couple generations. And before you know it, they got the upper hand. Because we now stopped following our gods and went after their gods. How you think they did this? They just use it and they look for the best among us. Just like what they are doing today. Look for the best among us. And you entice them.
Right.
And after a while, people they are going to live a life better than the rest of you, you know. So you are now going to say, wait man, but this idol, this you don't even call it idol again, you know. They're going to say, but the god of Baal seemed to work for our people. Look at our people that is worshiping Baal. You know what? I'm going to do it too. Just like that, you know. And before you know it, they are in the entire nation find themselves in idolatry. Verse 13.
Another one can, verse 13. And they forsook the Lord and served Baal and Ashtoreth.
Those were the two main gods that they went after them. They went after other ones, every single one that was in the land. But those were the two main ones. All right, we're going to play a video. Let me see if we can find it. Stop share. Stop share. Stop share. Share screen. All right. Right, this was the bull now. You see how them they even so damn they get even more clever now than back in the days. They get even more clever now in they give you a bull which can look more real now. The bull have the ring in the nose. You know that this is one of the reasons why I have a problem with the bull nose together. It resembles too much the bull and this idol worshiping thing. You know, we see our people taking on to putting ring in their nose. A cow rear ring in their nose, man. So the bull eye red.
God. So look here.
It is 10 meters high to the top of their board. It will eventually have a permanent home in the centre of Birmingham.
Who is going to calm the raging bull?
Raging.
One person.
All right, here what they say. Who is going to calm the raging bull?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna say make sure this thing is showing. All right. They say who is going to calm the raging bull? All right. Just how them bring it on. Now, how they did it. How they did it. All right. Just pause to answer John Doe. John Doe type in a question here. So was Jacob and Esau both black? All right, John Doe, you know about Jacob and Esau. So I don't know if you are just being provocative with your questions, or you just want to make some trouble. I seriously don't know, because the scripture says the first one came out red, so they weren't both black. The first one with the name Esau was red. All right, back to to the what you're saying now. All right. I want to look carefully at here. They say who is going to calm the raging bull. Now look at who is carrying the light to that bull.
We've grown very familiar with. It's Stella. Instead of running away, Stella calms the bull. A pause around the stadium, heralding an era of mutual compassion and respect.
It's an Israelite woman that, you know.
Right.
And one thing about Baal worshiping have the female up front and strong in it. The worshiping of the true God of Israel. If you notice, all the works in the temple is men do it. But here now, which at what point in time would an Israelite female be required to present herself in this manner before God? At no time. But this is how she doing this now. You know how much this angers the Most High God, our God, to see his child doing this, and the other nations know, right? How comes they just give she that duty to do? All right, you notice the bull eye color change from red to now white.
Originally auditioned to be one of the 200 dancers who picked to be the star of the show, Morel, until local dance academy.
Playing out worship that, you know, as you can see, you know,
yeah,
worshiping
man.
the bull.
Same thing Christianity would do now. Put your hand over your heart.
God.
For me, the overriding image of the opening ceremony of Birmingham 2020. Let's just call him the bull.
So like you sir, that are the same golden calf or the same calf that the people them force Iran for making a Baal that, you know.
Yeah, man.
Baal that, so like you. So like you. So all this time, that are the God where them are worship.
Hold on. Baal wasn't the golden calf, you know. Because if you remember when Jehu kill out the worshippers of Baal, the golden calf was still there in Dan and I think Beersheba.
Okay, come.
Right. But in today's day, they can make Baal into a calf, a cow, a bull.
Okay.
They could.
So like you, who the golden calf represent?
The golden calf was just the golden calf. It never had a name.
Okay.
It was just the golden calf. But in creating gods, it's the creator dictate what the god is really, you know. I have to laugh because this is what the Most High keep on saying to us. He said, "Why am I doing them foolish this year? Or you make something and bow yourself to it and you greater than it."
Right.
Understand? So this bull that they are making here now, that they are worshiping here, it had a creator. It was a man named sitting under the can, like a damn can man.
The raging bull is now quiet. So here comes a celebration of the city's many cultures merging.
All right, so the bull now quiet and a celebration breakout. It was the same thing with the bull down in thing there. After them do the sacrifice and the feast and something, then they went to play. So they are now. Now watch the play now. All different races are in this celebration here now, you know.
English, fidelity, and joy.
All right, so these are black.
Church too.
Yeah, man, and this is at the blacks them this now with the dancing, break dancing kind of style and so on. All nation doing this, you know.
God.
All right, watch the dance.
Are about to collide.
This is Britain's most ethnically diverse city, and there is a thing in this tale.
Right, here's just ethnicity diversity. Now, that's a very interesting point that you touched it. Ethnicity diversity. Tell me to Maccabees 1:41 to 46.
First or second Maccabees?
First Maccabees.
Gun one gun.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41.
Gun one gun. This is the book of First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
Right. So this is what set the foundation for the idolatry and for controlling our people.
God.
Telling us that you all are one. Why can't we get along? We all are one. You know, out of many, one people. But who designed the bull? Who is doing the worshiping and so on? All we doing is following. All right? All this that we are doing is just following and getting our ass into trouble.
God.
All right. Give me verse. That was verse 1?
That was verse 1 in the book of First Maccabees.
Verse 41.
Verse 41. Slack.
All right.
Chapter 1, verse 41.
We're going to 46. Read 46.
Verse 42. And everyone should leave his laws, so all the heathen agree according to the commandment of the king.
All right. So all you see in that era there, them have the worshiping and something now. All of them in there most likely is Christians, you know, and not Muslim. So all of them know different ethnicity being one under one umbrella, which is that bull. Read on.
Verse 43. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
Exactly. The problem why it made it to the scriptures, you notice it don't even name our next nation who follow Antiochus. One, it was our records, and two, we were the ones that mattered to the Most High if we did follow or not. And here the record is saying that we even leave the Almighty God and went and follow Antiochus with him religion. Continue.
Verse 44. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
Right. So This is how religion came in, right? Religion was always around, you know, but this is the basis of religion. There is a man behind it
Gun.
who tell you what to do. We in the UPK, you know, from Commanding General Yana all the way down, all we do is tell you what the Bible, what is in the scriptures,
Right.
right? Antiochus can make reference to any book to say, I'm going by this record and all of you should be one. No, that is him. That's religion. That's religion. And that's why I keep telling people we are not a one, the UPK is not a religion. We have the Most High's people should not be following religion. Right? We have never been a people of religion and will never will be a people of religion unto God. Anytime our people get into religion, it's unto another God. That is why the Rome could give the world, give our people in today a white Christ.
God.
And rather than our people examine the scripture and say, but you know, so this white Christ wrong, you know, this image wrong, the only thing they come up with is color doesn't matter.
God.
You see? That is religion.
Still like yes, sir. Religion is like simulation. You know what I mean? Like a play. You see how them out this are a play. It's all fun and games, nothing serious. You know what I mean? With the exception that them do some things that detrimental to themselves. You know what I say?
Right.
So religion is simulation. You're just a play acting. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
you understand? Meanwhile, the Bible are the real thing. You understand? Meanwhile, what we are doing at the UPK is the real thing. You know, we are not playing on a ramp, we are ramp. You know what I mean?
Right.
We just do what the most I say we do.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And when we start follow them and play acting, now we find ourselves in serious trouble. The most are not play acting with us.
God.
Slavery wasn't a play acting.
God.
Slavery was a serious thing.
Right.
The most I wasn't saying, you know, let us act out this part here.
Right.
The most I didn't say, let us play out this part here. No. He said you to leave it out.
Right.
When that whip dropped, it wasn't a prop. You know, props in a play or in a movie.
God.
It was a real whip.
God.
When the blood gushed out of our skin, that wasn't playing. That was real. Right? So they can play act all they want, and our people keep joining them. Let's listen some more here. What verse are you reaching in thing there?
Just read 44.
All right, stick up in where you are. Remember where you are. We're going to listen some more of this.
Each group protecting its own rather than protected. This is the last stop you can see right now.
You're right, when I say play acting, you know, because you don't have no big ass woman like that who really do ballet.
Right.
A big ass ballerina.
Here comes the information. And the pool's starting to get a bit emotional about it as well.
All right, you listen to that beat there? You can hear that beat?
La, I can't hear it so good I come through the phone. It sound a little bit low.
All right. Well, it's an Indian beat.
Okay, can.
That's a Hindu beat. So you see what the Commonwealth represent now? It's like this is just like Antiochus doing
Right.
in his time, where he went and he conquered several nations, and then he want to bring all the nation under one umbrella. So what is England doing? England want to come back for the Commonwealth, you know. Yeah, because remember Brexit, then come out of thing there, EU, right?
Good.
And if they are able to build back the Commonwealth, them still going to be more powerful than the EU. So they want to, this is the beginning of them now uniting or the celebrating or probably some sacrifice take place what we don't know about. So this is the public display now of uniting the nation under one umbrella. The Commonwealth coming back, but they're doing it under the bull. We call it Baal. I don't know whether yeah, man, I hear.
Silakia, sir. And them show you who them plan for sacrifice. You know what I mean? They make sure it's an Israelite who go for appease the bull. Normally what them do for appease them gods. Them sacrifice somebody, you know what I mean, to them God. You know what I mean? And that sacrifice is usually them killing that person. So who them willing for sacrifice are the children of Israel for appease. Yeah, and probably
the sacrifice is what appease the God.
God.
Yeah, so the Israelites will be used to appease God, to be the sacrifice, and to bring riches again to them.
Right.
Well, you know, that's what they think.
And Slakia again, Slakia, I don't mean for all it up, but remember, you know, they must suffer some fires and all them things there in Britain right now, you know. You see, so that's why they must have said the bull angry.
No, you got it. Yes.
You understand? And monkeypox and the LGBT, you know what I mean? Them can't get fit, you know what I mean? Fi do up themselves like before, because the monkeypox are clot them over there, so the bull angry. So now what they want to know, they want to appease the bull. You understand? Thinking that it's the bull that accursed them. You understand? It is the most time.
But this is how idolatry goes. When these things happen, you think that the God that you worship is angry.
God.
A God is angry, but which one?
Right.
It's a God of Israel. So, you know, then go and get some monkey rona. The monkeypox and the corona go and combine, and then go and wonder, what kind of thing this?
Are the monkey cran?
I then name it monkey cran. Yeah, because the Omicron is the one that is out there. By the way, they calling it some ninja virus or something like that.
The ninja virus, because the BA5 now, it is eluding vaccine and immune response, and also it's undetectable.
Right, it's undetectable. It's eluding the test that they run. Right.
God.
But you're going to get some monkey rona.
God.
And so, like they say, monkey cran.
Monkey cran. Yeah.
I have they want to call it corona pox.
God. Right. I'm going to find a name for it.
Omnipox.
God.
But you wait, man. Some virus go and merge and them and mash them, and they're going to wonder. Like they're going to stand in amazement and say, what is happening here?
Right.
It's science. They're going to wonder if science is playing with them.
Right.
But that is what is going to show them that it's a God that is behind this. It is the God of the universe that is behind this, that is doing these things, and not regular science, because regular science not going to make the two virus merge, you know. Just like how you have the flu rona. Right. Listen some more of this again. So this is the celebration now, unification of the nation. So all the nations that came under the Commonwealth, which was ruled by Britain, is displaying their dances.
Change your mood for the ball. Agitated, bit angry. Hating all that discord.
All right, what the worshippers now gathering around the bull.
All shrinking before our eyes. It's a ball with a soft heart.
Again, it is stellar and agreement and the power of the shaft that can help the ball bringing about reconciliation and creating a new harmony, a new place for everyone.
All right, here then talk now, knew this, knew that for everyone. Now, you take with you 400 years of slavery and you tell her you don't owe away anything. And we should trust you on next, say, 50 years. That you are going to build something for everyone.
Right.
Really no. We are really stupid then. All right, watch a bull crying.
I'm hoping he had a soft centre.
Very emotional bull.
All right, see the same lady who appease the bull. Come back. Yeah, man. You Israelites were in them thing. I will not sacrifice in this thing. I will not appease the bull indeed.
Covered in armour, and again, it is Stella that comes to help.
Those multi-purpose shafts working their magic once again.
So what the worshippers are doing now, is appeasing the God, showing him the light, giving him the light. It might just be Satan they're talking about right here. Right? We say Baal, but they could just call it Lucifer or something else. They can call it anything they want to call it, because we have seen where it's like Ashtoreth. The same concept behind Ashtoreth was from Egypt, was in Babylon, was in what they call it?
Samaria.
Samaria. You see it in Greece, you see it in Rome, under different names, but it's the same concept. So we're not really sure the concept where they have behind this, because they're showing the light and thing. We know this light and light giver and they bring our light and so on have to do with Lucifer. I don't know. Them just call it a bull.
God.
All right, go back to the scriptures now. Give me verse what we are now.
Verse 45.
All right, read 45.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 45. And forbid burnt offering and sacrifice and drink offering in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days.
Right. So the festival days would be the days that are being profaned now, that are in Leviticus 23, which tell you about the holidays or the holy days of the Most High. the Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, Feast of First Fruit, you name it, all those feasts. So what Antiochus told them was to stop doing that and come dance to the bull.
Good.
All right, 46 says,
Another one can, verse 46. And pollute the sanctuary and holy people.
now this part here is the trigger point for the entire thing, the holy people, the polluting the holy people.
Right.
So you see this lady here who do this, she don't even know what she's doing. Right? She don't look like an African. We know what people I'm looking at. Maybe we get tricked once or twice, but I don't believe that we are being tricked this time as to who she is. She looks like an Israelite. And they, being so smart, would not give that role to an African. They're going to give it to an Israelite because they want you to get your God angry so that your God don't want you.
Right, right.
You ever see like when some man and woman in them domestic quarrel and thing, and the woman say, me, I'm not staying, I'm leaving. And the man start walk and tell people all the bad things that she do. And say, you think say, yeah, got no other man I'll get you. You feel me, you steer me. And if him see her talking to her next man, him tell that man say, she's this and she's that and she taught her and that. Till the man mind change. So she has to stay. So this is what they are trying to do with us and to our God. Put us in all these things. And to her, this is a big promotion for her to be at the forefront of all this ceremony and thing. But a pity she don't know that she's angering her God.
Cultural symphony we have seen recognising the journey Birmingham has been on towards multiculturalism and how they have had to overcome those.
So all this came from somewhere. They didn't just come up with this for the celebration. They didn't just come up with this for the opening ceremony.
Right.
It was well orchestrated. This is something that they have behind closed door doing.
God.
But because of the plagues and things that huh?
Something that them believe in, Slovakia. Them believe in that.
And because they are in what do you call it now? A situation where you know, with the plagues and things, they bring it out in the open, trying to appease their God. Yeah, this is real. This is not a fairy tale thing they come up with. All right. So you know, somebody think that some of the things that is plaguing them. Wow, where is it? What we're going into?
And Slovakia, sir. You know what I mean? And the dancing and the celebrating and the playing to appease, you know what I mean? To appease this God where them are worship. Nothing but, you know what I mean? So we know say the same thing I go on in a Christianity. Christianity get feed them way from these, you know what I mean, idolatrous worshiping and all them things because same so Christian feel like them clapping and them singing and them dancing can please the Most High. You understand? So
you see the creator behind this opening ceremony, you know, this is sending a message to all them people who worshiping the idols and things. That all right, you see the first part when the bull was angry and the woman go and calm the bull and thing, right?
Good.
And then they break out in playing and gallivanting and all that, but the bull get angry again. And what calmed the bull? The worshippers. So they're telling you that all these things that is happening and is being done unto the gods, don't forget the worshiping of these gods. So pretty soon, we're going to be seeing more of these idolatrous behavior out in the open. Because now they are now sending the message that you have to also worship these gods, that they come with the light and then wave and you see the bull get calm and go down. That is the worshiping of the bull, you know. So the worshiping part is also important to them. So pretty soon, you're going to be seeing it.
And Slakia also the part where the woman sit on the beast. You know what I mean? That in a revelation, you know. You understand? With the whore sitting on the beast. Slakia, if me a paraphrase. You understand? That in a revelations. Gone.
Right, but you know, in the one in Revelation, that word don't represent an Israelite woman, but
La.
I give that to the Israelite woman. Also, you know that you know that let me share back again. Where is it? You know that all winners in this game was given a medal, which is like a bull doll, which in other words, this is the idol now that would go in your house. Right?
Good.
Yeah, man. So every winner get the medal plus a bull. Because the worship of the bull is important to the rebuilding of the Commonwealth under England. You think them people are joke? They ain't joking, man. All right, give me second Esdras 15. 1 to 12.
Gun. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Verse 2.
Behold, speak where?
Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the word of prophecy.
Speak in the ears.
God.
So all that is prophesied in the scriptures. It is for our hearing.
Right.
And the Most High send it unto us. Speak in the ears of my people the words of prophecy so it's just, it wasn't for everybody in the world, but because we got scattered in the world, the Most High still intend to put it to our ears. And many of us, this is the sound to many of our people like a buzzing bee, and they keep fanning off. No, we don't want to hear this. We don't want to hear this. But the Most High keep telling you this. Verse 2.
Verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
So this is how the scriptures are written. So to all of you naysayers out there now who stupidly talk about this man write the Bible. Man write the Bible under instruction from God. So this is the Most High speaking to Esdras. Tell him, say, tell my people this. Also, put it on paper so that it can remain among the people for generations. Because this is not a story. this is faithful and true. This is something that will be coming to pass. Verse 3.
Verse 3. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Right, the naysayers, the so on, the so forth. Don't make that trouble you. Because this is faithful and true. Go on.
Verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
So all those who of our people want to go and bow themselves to a bull, they're gonna die in your unfaithfulness. You're not being faithful unto Yahweh. He is your God. Verse 5.
Verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
So he tell Esdras that he's going to bring plagues. Sword, that is war. Famine. Famine normally follow war, you know. Death, destruction. All those are coming. 6.
Verse 6. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their earthful works are fulfilled.
Yeah. All right. This is hurt as when you hurt somebody. So the Most High said their hurtful works, the works that hurt the Most High and hurt his people. Enough, man. You have done enough. And this was Esdras' time. So imagine 2,000 years after. You think bull is angry? You wait until you see the real wrath of a real God. Talk about you play after bull with him eye red and blood running out the bull's eye. This is play acting. You think when Christ return, it's gonna be any play acting?
Right.
Continue.
Verse 7. Therefore, saith the Lord, verse 8, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Yeah, man. Innocent and righteous. You come and you add what you call the Commonwealth. You build an empire which was so rich that you build other empires out of that. Because we know that out of England, the UK, came America. Right? So the empire, the British Empire was so rich that they could build other empire out of their empire. Yet still, we don't forget anything. Not even a work. Not even that. But this is anger in the Most High. Continue.
Verse 9. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
Yeah, man. So you see them 150 people that were them killed in a Jamaica, where the eventide home.
Eventide, gone.
Yeah, where them use it to set blood on Jamaica. Blood you want, blood you get it now. This is how the young men them take up the killing. That's what you taught them. And then you want to now turn around and put it back on the people and say, why are them just so wicked? We weren't wicked before what you call independence came about. Is when that thing which you now celebrating 60 years of came about. Then true wickedness start in Jamaica. You people that is over this country, who are the real wicked, you know? Yeah, man. Who is the real wicked?
Right.
You talk about the man on the road. Yeah. Him carrying a gun where him don't even know what we make. If him not read a book, him don't know. It don't come from here. It don't make it in the country which him bad. Get it reach him shores. And him can get it to buy over getting a job. Which this rich empire have. But you come giving us bull now and tell us to bow ourselves to bull. To appease the bull. And the bull is crying. Well, make him cry. I would want some what you call it, roast him corned beef. I would corn him head right now and put him in some red pea soup. But bull angry.
Right.
We angry. No false God. Read on.
God one gun. Verse Slakia.
8,
Verse
9.
no, we just read verse 8, verse 9. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
Oh, 10. We read that.
Verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Right. Just like how you just take this fool bull here now, mechanical bull, and leading, this big impression that leave on the blacks in England right now because of that mechanical bull and a black woman appeasing the bull. That is being talked about by all blacks in England right now. Right? So you black people in England, you the ones that are going to come to rebuild the Commonwealth. Because when Brexit take full effect, they're coming back for the Commonwealth. That's why Tony Blair came on Jamaica and thought, forget about slavery, man. Yeah, man, they want to build back the Commonwealth. Yeah. Read on, next verse.
Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
Smite Egypt with plagues as before. Plagues. And the plagues start. Right?
God.
First, we had the corona. All right, we want to hear something about the corona, how it started, and remember the first time when it came to the shores of America. Oh, people was, what's the word you would say? People was so scared. But it's the most I sending these things, man. Yeah, man. Because y'all want to worship bull. So the most I'm gonna give you bull crap.
Right.
You see that? You see all the you see all the things that are going to happen now. Yeah, man, it's gonna be bull crap.
God.
Right, it's not righteous bull crap because it's not going to make sense to them, you know. All these plagues, it's not going to make sense to them. So, but this is ridiculous. How this happening? How that? They're not going to see it. All right. Share.
Virus, which has infected hundreds in China, has now reached the United States. Airports around the world are stepping up health screenings on passengers arriving from Wuhan, China.
This is CNN report, by the way, 2 years ago, approximately. About 2 years ago. Hello.
The epicenter of the outbreak. Now, 9 people have died in China, at least 470 there are infected. And there are fears the coronavirus will spread during the busy Lunar New Year travel period. Besides, the US cases have also been reported in South Korea, Japan, and in Thailand. The virus was first identified at a market in the city of Wuhan last month, which was selling seafood and live animals. CNN's David Culver joins us now from Wuhan. David, just talk to us from what you've seen as to how the Chinese government are now stepping up their...
One thing still, you know, with the Chinese in particular, you get your meat as fresh as you can get it, you know, and not stale. You can get it live and kicking. And you carry it over and cook. You don't need no fridge. They get it fresh.
A response to this as the Lunar New Year is beginning.
Right, that's the biggest concern, Christina, is the time of year, right? This is when it's really the largest human migration each year. You got hundreds of millions of people traveling. We were among them in the crowds as we took the train from Beijing here to Wuhan last night, and we were able to get a feel for just the close quarters that people are traveling together. So that's the greatest concern. This is actually the first time we've been able to take off our face masks and keep it close with me because we're at an elevated level, a balcony, secluded away from the big crowds. But as soon as we get to the streets, we and most people here put the mask back on. This was our opportunity to bring you to what is the epicenter of this illness. Behind the police tape, this normally crowded market in the central China city of Wuhan sits eerily desolate. This is ground zero for the illness sparking global unease. So this is where authorities believe the source of the coronavirus is. It's the wildlife and seafood market. And you can perhaps see over there, it's cordoned off. You've got police at all the corners. It is so sensitive that within minutes of us arriving and recording, security asked us to stop filming. There is an uneasiness.
Yeah, right now, wildlife and seafood. Usually when you hear they talk about seafood, you know, it's the unclean food out of the sea.
God.
And the wildlife food is also unclean food they're giving you.
Right.
All right. So that is one of the plagues. This was the beginning of the plagues.
Felt throughout Wuhan. We experienced that as soon as we boarded the train from Beijing. Each car nearly full, most faces covered. Just about everyone traveling home for the Lunar New Year. Strict screening upon arrival. One by one, passengers step through a thermometer check to make sure they are not bringing a fever with them. Scenes like this playing out in transportation hubs across China.
The virus was being spread mainly through respiratory transmission and is likely to mutate, which will increase the risk of epidemics spreading. In addition, the Spring Festival travel rush saw a mass migration of people, and that has objectively increased the risk of epidemics spreading and the difficulties in taking effective preventative and control measures. We should always be on high alert and never take this lightly.
Behind me, this is one of a few hospitals here in the region that's dedicated to treating some of those who are either confirmed.
I get a feedback.
All right. So that was the thing there now. That was the Wuhan virus. And then there was another plague.
Well, soaring temperatures are still
getting the feedback.
Play it, my mirror.
All right, I want to just mute my mic.
No, yeah, if you mute the mic, the feedback now will come through.
hitting most of Europe. There are wildfires in Portugal and Spain, and a warning from the World Meteorological Centre of an increase in pollution as well. In the past hour or so, we've had the UK Met Office issuing its first ever red warning for extreme heat. Temperatures of over possibly 38 degrees here expected on Monday and Tuesday. As I mentioned.
All right, so in the UK now, what was issued there was their first ever red warning, they call it. The first ever heat wave warning in Europe, in especially UK.
Yeah.
Which means they don't used to these hot temperatures. But, you know, they set their climate change goal and then a war break out. I'm sure that war bring more heat than what they were expecting. 6 months gone and bombs still dropping, more heat being sent off in the atmosphere. I mean, more carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide from burning as well. And they don't know when it's going to stop. So heat wave not going to stop right now.
Dozens of fires breaking out in Portugal, including near the city of Coimbra, killing at least one person. And the city of Badajoz in Spain, enduring temperatures of 44 degrees, with the country's Met Agency there saying some regions were suffocating. Further north in France, a wildfire has ripped through vast areas of pine trees south of Bordeaux, and many Bastille Day celebrations have been cancelled. The Spanish region of Andalusia has endured some of the hottest temperatures, including the city of Cordoba, from where our correspondent I.S.U.P.K now reports.
The people of Cordoba know all about heat. Situated in the Guadalquivir Valley in southern Spain, summers in this historic city are notoriously hot and dry. But this summer already looks hotter than usual. The country is in the grip of the second heat wave of recent weeks. For many of the tourists who come here, temperatures in the mid-40s Celsius come as a shock.
We're from Denmark. For me, too hot. This is too hot.
I don't mind, actually.
This is crazy.
For locals, experience has shown them how to deal with these conditions. If you have certain underlying conditions and you expose yourself to the sun, you might suffer heat stroke, and it will get worse, this man says. But if you go out earlier in the day, you hydrate properly, then you'll be okay. Older people and young children are among those most at risk of being affected by the heat, according to doctors.
You must force to the elderly and babies to be hydrated, to drink water. You must watch them closely. I suggest that the people stay at home from 1 to 6 p.m. now with the degrees so high.
This heat wave is unusual because of its impact across the whole country. Even northern areas, which would normally escape the worst of the summer heat, are seeing extreme temperatures. The northwestern region of Galicia has been on red alert due to temperatures of up to 42 degrees. The extreme heat and high winds have fueled wildfires, which have devastated swathes of land in the centre of the country. In neighbouring Portugal, similar conditions have left firefighters battling multiple blazes. Swimming pools like this one provide relief for families. But despite the relaxed mood, there is a sense that this kind of heat is becoming increasingly normal.
It's changed. We have longer summers now. The spring and autumn don't exist anymore. We go directly from the cold to intense heat in a few weeks. Just a short period of time.
It's evening time in Cordoba, and the temperature has dropped just enough for people to start coming out into squares like this one for a drink. But it's still not clear exactly when this heat wave will end, or indeed whether there will be others like it later on this summer. I.S.U.P.K, BBC News, Cordoba.
All right, so that is one. And our other one. But you know what is taking the cake now is not Corona again.
Done.
Not the heat so much. Yeah, the heat still is on. The heat is still on, but the one that I remember, I think it was last year. One of the Black Watch program. Shout out to our Black Watch group, our brothers, you know, General YAHANNA, the generals and the captains who work Black Watch, you know, very informative.
God.
You know, we get a man for that. Get a man for that. We look forward weekly for information through Black Watch. Black Watch is like a UPK news channel, right? I mean, we should be able to go out now with Black Watch and run some White House interviews and so on, get the press license. Joining us now is the White House and so on and so forth, right? Just like we have various press in White House and across the island, and get your press pass and go and run your interviews and so on. Blackwatch is the cutting edge right now on UPK, getting the words out. All right. We're talking about now. This one now is talking about the monkey swinging in.
Response coordinator, Dr. Ashish John. Dr. John, thank you for joining us this morning. It took 78 days for the White House to declare a public health emergency after the first confirmed case of monkeypox in the U.S. Should this have happened sooner?
Yeah, good morning, Michael. First of all, thanks for having me back. Look, since the first case, we began working immediately to try to respond to this virus, right? So started ordering vaccines, making sure tests were becoming widely available, making sure treatments were widely available. So the White House has taken this very seriously from day one. You know, the public health emergency adds extra tools to our toolbox, allows us to speed up vaccines further, allows us to unlock new funding. So there are a lot of good reasons to do the public health emergency now, but I think we've been taking it pretty seriously since day one.
And Janae, she just reported on the new vaccine approach that could see vials split into smaller doses. If they are split, are they as effective, and are they being split because the administration did not secure enough full doses?
Yeah, it's a good question, Michael. Here's how I think about it. Number one goal of any decision, no decision's been made, by the way, about whether we're going to do any splitting of the doses. Number one goal is to make sure the vaccines remain effective and safe, right? There's no point in doing this if we're not going to have vaccines that are safe and effective. So we're going to absolutely 100% make sure that that's the case. If that happens, this is pretty common in medicine. We learn new things about vaccines, about treatments, about dosing. And that's what the FDA is looking at right now, is what is the best way to get these doses out to Americans who need them. And this is an approach that we don't have a decision. We'll be driven by data and science, but that's what the FDA is looking at right now.
And when can we see more doses of the vaccine roll out?
Yeah, so we're trying to speed up more vaccines, right? We were supposed to get a whole bunch in November. We've been able to get that moved up to September, just next month. We're working with a bunch of manufacturers to speed up more vaccines. I want to remind Americans, right now, there's one small company in Denmark that's making all the vaccines for the world, and they're going 24/7. What we're doing is trying to expand that capacity, get more manufacturers and get domestic manufacturers in, so we can start getting a lot more doses made right here in the United States and available to Americans.
And we know that monkeypox is spread primarily through skin-to-skin contact, but can you also get it from services like public transportation seats or playground equipment? Do we need to start wiping things down?
You know, Michael, right now there is no evidence that it's spreading in any of those places. Obviously, we're monitoring that very closely. Have not seen any cases through playgrounds. Have not seen any cases through public transportation. It's really prolonged skin-to-skin contact, and that really is where the virus is spreading. Obviously, if we've seen you.
You notice what he said? Prolonged skin-to-skin contact.
Gun.
But that is why it is affecting the gaze.
Gun.
Prolonged skin, but I mean, it could have affected straight people just the same. But this is how you know that it's the most doing it.
Gun.
It's affecting 98% of LGBT people. Probably it's 100% of LGBT, 90% of the next 2% of the others.
Good.
Right?
And
well,
8% are basically 100. So
right. At least this, this should be one case now where we won't hear a proclamation from Commanding General YAHANNA saying, take the vaccine. We don't want this one. We don't want it.
Vaccine not needed.
Vaccine not needed. Not only that,
God.
We don't want the virus either because, the stigma. So our people don't want it, boy. You don't want nobody come rub against you for too long either.
Right.
You're traveling and nobody come sit onside there and rub against you.
You understand? Gun.
No
more than that. So
no skin to skin contact.
Good.
So
sir,
we're going to travel less.
Look, yeah.
You're going to say something. So what are you going to say?
Well, me that say something about the Clarendon bus them have a tendency for, you know what I mean, for pack up the people, you know, I bus them and all them thing there.
5 in a row.
You know what I mean? That
everywhere else
won't be a safe. Gone. You understand? Everywhere else. You know what I mean? That won't be a safe journey, you know, anymore. Look, yeah. Come on, while in a bus and you sweat because the bus hot. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to sweat on a rubber for you. Look at me, I want a prolonged skin-to-skin contact.
God. You know what I mean? One of them. Look.
The monkeypox is not a new virus, you know. And it used to could have spread by somebody sneeze, just like how the COVID spread. But this one here now, boy, and so far it hasn't killed anybody, you know. But this is like hemorrhoid, just like, you know, Captain Mashak said. Just like hemorrhoid. Hemorrhoid don't really kill people, you know, but it's painful.
God.
So the monkeypox is causing pain. And who you think want the vaccine? It's the gay community.
The gay community. God. So before you play the video. All right, so now the most tire basically make a declaration. If you don't want the monkeypox, you have to go separate from gay people. You understand?
Yeah. Stop talking about you in support of them.
Right. Stop saying that you're not judge nobody. You know what I mean? You know, business war go on. Right now, you for business war man are doing in the privacy I'm home. Because you know what I say, you go shake hand with that brother. Zane, and you go get your monkeypox. You have to know what go on. You understand?
And go shake him on too long.
Right. You understand? And catch your monkeypox. Gone. And our sisters them who love have the gay friend them too. And that go on here in Jamaica too, you know. With the woman them, you know what I mean? A gallivant to them gay friend. Like one of the girls them. You understand? That have to go stop because she have to bring monkeypox home to her husband, to her man.
Make a man look like him gay.
Like him gay. You understand? And then now she not have one man, you know. She have a portion to man, so guess what I go on now? You have to go discourage your woman from talking or having gay friends. You have to tell your woman, say, yo, if you have the brother they are gay, you can't reason, you can't talk with him, you can't hang out with him no more. Because I don't want monkeypox come catch me, you see me?
So you know what the next interesting thing is men it affects so far, you know.
Men, gone.
Yeah, I don't see no case where no woman catch it yet.
One, sir, and it, you know what I mean? It ironic is a black woman. I want our sisters them. One case and she come on the news too. You know what I mean?
About solidarity with them.
Gone.
Yeah, man. So this is one of the things that will really force separation like the most I want.
Right. Yeah. Real separation. Separate from the oppressor and separate from the people in your nation who support or is in a certain lifestyle. You understand?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man.
But you're I don't discriminate, and you discriminate, and you're homophobic, and now we're going to get homophobic.
Right.
Don't want them near you.
I mean, the monkeypox homophobic. So look, yeah. So, you know what I mean? I don't know if you're homophobic. The monkeypox homophobic. You understand?
No, right. The monkeypox, I show them up.
Right.
And the monkeypox is prejudice.
Gone.
Monkeypox is prejudice.
Right.
It can stay prejudice, though, no. I don't want it to change.
Right.
And said it's spreading elsewhere. We'll share that immediately with the American people. But I'm not worried about those as major mechanisms or even minor mechanisms of spread.
All right, Dr. Ja, thank you for your time. We always appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael.
Well, hey there, GMA fans.
So that's it. We'll see where the plagues are there now. So because the plagues are out, what do you think they want to do? They want to appease. They believe that it is whichever God the bull represents is the one that is punishing the nations for what is happening. So not only are you going to appease him, but you are also going to worship him. Right? So that is why now you see this worshiping. It's the worshiping that appeases him.
I still like, yeah, me I wait to see the monkeypox break out in the Christian church too. You know what I mean? And enough of the children them in the church catch monkeypox. Still like, yeah. And find out that they are getting molested in that church. Still like, yeah.
So if the monkeypox break out in the church, you know what is happening in the church.
Right. Gone.
The first case of monkeypox in Jamaica where the man escaped from the hospital. I believe that's why I'm escaping, because of the stigma that is on it. That's why I leave, because people see me and look and say, oh, so you're gay. Or maybe you're bi. All right. So this now is the worshiping of them trying to appease them plagues here. You know, I wanted a good video to show you that they know what they are doing, you know. You know how the bull entered the stadium. At first they had some chain. They had some chain. And some people, some white people, dressed like slaves, behaving like they're pulling the bull with chains. That's showing the slavery. They make sure they don't use some black people for that, you know.
But we know who them are talking about. We know who them are the pick.
That's sure you know them know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're trying to bring across. Yeah, man. Give me Zephaniah 2:11.
Canada one can. Canada one can. This is the book of Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 11. The Lord will be terrible unto them, for he will famish all the gods of the earth, and men shall worship him, everyone from his place, even all the isles of the Edens.
Right. So when the Most High starts strike against these false religion, even you Eden, yeah, man, no more worshiping and no bull. Bull is going to make bully beef.
Yeah.
Right? And probably pull some plow again in some places. You got all your nations going to worship the true God of the Israelites. All right, give me Revelation 9 and 20.
Can one can. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 9 and verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk.
I remember the first when I was reading this in Revelation. You know, I look in the time that I was, and I said, but the people still not do them something again. Me saying that now was really ignorant of the fact that people still do it. The coronavirus show up the Indians with their idols, and this opening game show up now. They make it. What do you think make that bull? It was brass.
God.
Yeah, that material they use look like brass. So it's talking about what is really is happening, and because God is the God of the universe, He sees behind the closed door. He knows what is happening. We don't. We are in ignorance. That is why they put it. He put it as we are being led like a lamb to the slaughter, because we don't know what is happening in this world. We don't see the idolatry that they disguise among us. We don't see the slavery that we are in today, because we don't see any change. We think we are not in slavery, right?
Right.
We don't see the conmanism that is taking place here in Jamaica, telling us about out of many one people and not no go so, right? All these things, and the Bible tell you that in sending plagues, yet is that the whole world going to die of the plagues, yet still those who did not die of the plagues repented not, because then they don't tell themselves that is the Most High doing it. Yeah, because they're talking about vaccine for the monkeypox. What do you think the gays should be saying? Yeah, they should be now realizing that being gay is wrong.
Right.
The US president was planning to, you know, force countries to go that way. Babs, monkeypox come now and show them up. Rather than you hear talks like, you know, probably being gay is wrong. If I'm to say probably being gay is wrong, right? If I'm to say it like that, no, they don't know. Vaccine. Because what? They are not repenting. They are not changing. Repent means to turn back. They are not changing their ways. Anyways, questions?
No, Slakia, just to add to your point where you make a while ago, instead of them say, you know what I mean, being gay is wrong, what them really do is try to tell people that, no, this virus is not affecting it's not only the LGBT at risk. You know what I mean? It's not, don't stigmatize. When it's clear.
It's clear.
It's clear. 98%.
And you know what's the worst thing? They know. I wonder if I can find that picture. I saw Captain Mashak them with a picture last night. They put up a video. Give me a minute. I'm going to say
with the bump up mode, Edomite.
No, those the ones them who were seeking the vaccine. Peer men.
Oh, gone. Be a white men to act that. we show you Slakia and the captain bring it out last night to you. Show you who the Most High really want to plague, you know. And then he want to plague, you know, the Most High want to plague the oppressor, you know. But when we join hand in hand with the oppressor and love the oppressor, love Christianity and love all of them idolatrous religion and all of them things, I want to partake in them filthy lifestyle. See, the Most High plague we too. Because the same thing with the coronavirus, you know. The coronavirus started off and like white people, you know. But then vaccine start give out and we can't get vaccine. So, you know what I mean? Them start talk about, well, social economic problems make black people are catching slack.
Yeah. And put then black people start get it because we can't do without them.
God, you know what I mean?
We are not able to separate. And we should be separating so that we don't because it's a come out of her, my people, that you do not partake of her. All right, this is a talk about vaccine now. Let's just say if it's this is America. This is what is happening here. Those are 2-minute videos.
Francisco General Hospital for a couple of hours now. Allie, does that line continue to grow?
There's easily a few hundred people now in this line to get that monkeypox vaccine at this clinic at San Francisco General. We had to move off the grounds of SF General where we were just a half hour ago. So we came out and parked across the street at Potrero and 22nd. The line goes from the front entrance of the hospital about down 50 yards from the steps out to Potrero and then down Potrero all the way to 22nd Street. So a lot of people in line to get this very coveted vaccine that starts just a half an hour from now. Some of the first people in line got here as early as 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning to secure their spot. According to the latest numbers, as of yesterday, there were 141 reported cases of monkeypox in San Francisco. That's up from 86 cases the day before.
This look like all male, don't?
Gun.
Yeah,
that's all male.
We don't see no female. So that shows that they know that it is affecting them only.
God.
They know. So rather than repent, just like the scripture says, they continue in their dirty works.
God, living in denial.
People online told.
Yeah.
God.
This is what the rest of the video is.
That's why they're working.
Continue.
It's like you, sir. And remember, you know, I think I'm seeing in June, them had the Pride Month. And, you know what I mean, one bag of gay orgies and concert. And
that's where it started.
Right. You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? That is the monkeypox Wuhan market.
But see them lining up for vaccine and also them being out there now and with the corona still out there now. That's the prime pool now for the monkey cran.
God. God.
Worried.
I know a couple of friends out of the city that had it, so that definitely helped prompt me as well.
How do they describe it? Like
horrible. Yeah. And so one had to go to the ER for it.
All right, look on him hold the meaner. If him not look gay and sound gay.
That's a gay man. It's lucky.
They know. They know. Eh?
I said that's a pungai. It's lucky.
Yeah, a pungai man.
Yeah.
Due to some of the more negative effects, so it's definitely made it more of a concern in my mind.
All right, see there. Monkeypox. Gay/bisexual men, sex workers, close contact with infected person, notified of exposure, lab workers. Lab workers can get it too. No, sir, lab workers now rub up on them. Sex workers. Yeah, but which are sex workers? Batman sex worker.
Here's a list of who is eligible for this walk-in vaccine clinic. Gay, bisexual.
This is who eligible.
Men, sex workers of any sexual orientation, anyone who's had close contact with an infected person, anyone who's been notified by an event or organization of a possible exposure to monkeypox, and lab workers who handle monkeypox specimens. Earlier this week, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi joined state and local leaders calling on the Federal Department of Health And more monkeypox vaccines to San Francisco. They say they need about 35,000 doses to meet demand. Back out here live, you can see from the long line out here why and how demand is really still exceeding supply. The San Francisco Department of Public Health got about 4,000 doses of this vaccine in the last 24 hours. So that's why they're having this walk-in clinic at San Francisco General. And DPH also says that people can get the vaccine through an appointment at other healthcare providers here in the city. This vaccine clinic starts half hour from now and goes until noon today. Live in San Francisco, Ali Rasmus, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Thanks, Ali. Thank you.
But you know what's also interesting? When name Joe Biden. Joe Biden to catch it, you know.
Right.
Joe Biden need this. Yeah, and we need him to catch it.
Good.
Yeah, man. With him faced in this. All right, so with that, we pass the class. The priest and officer Kayad one.
All right, clap it up. All right, these are the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the commanding general, YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and 21. And Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'aishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you'd like to give. Upcoming holy convocation, that is the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. This is the first day of the 7th month and is Sunday the 25th of September. You can find this in the book of Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 to 25. Reminding Akiam and Aquatiam to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he's to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we say I imagine, which means to stand. Sarwapanya Akwadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabashamaya.
Shabashamaya.
Wadash.
Wadash.
Aya.
Aya.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwatka.
Malakwatka.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Latazaka.
Latazaka.
Aya.
Aya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Aya.
Aya.
Bashamaya.
Bashamaya.
Natan Lanawa.
Natan Lanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalak Lanawa.
Wasalak Lanawa.
Kawabwat Nawa.
Kawabwat Nawa.
Kasalak Nawa.
Kasalak Nawa.
Kawabwat Yanawa.
Kawabwat Yanawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabaya Anawa,
Tabayana,
Banasayawan,
Panasaya,
Abal,
Abba,
Awashainawa,
Shaina,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Naka,
Amalakwat,
Amalakwa,
Wa'ala,
Wahala,
Wataparat,
Watapara,
La'ayawalamiam,
Ayawalam.
Aman.
Amen. In English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts,
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom and the power.
For thine is the kingdom and the power
and the glory forever, so be it.
And the glory forever, so be it.
Forever the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers and the school.
The Israelite brothers and the school.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel.
And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And their drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
Prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope.
Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Pasikomatazi.
Pasikomatazi.
The gay movement.
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 The lesbian movement.
The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space programs.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet and the airways.
Open up the internet and the airways.
The cable access channels and the radio channels.
The cable access channels and the radio channels.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people.
That seek to stop us.
That seek to stop us.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
That stand in the way or try to stop us.
That stand in the way or try to stop us.
from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth.
From broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth.
Through the earth.
And consume them.
And consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let Yahweh, Michael, and Gabriel.
Let Yahweh, Michael, and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying saucers.
Come down with the flying saucers.
And punish all the Edens.
And punish all the Edens.
That come up against us as we speak thy word.
That come up against us as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels that have done it.
That it is the angels that has done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh, I thank you always, so be it.
In the name of Yahweh, thank you always, so be it. All right, this is the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Basham Yahweh Shai.
Basham Yahweh Shai.
Baba Kosha.
Baba Kosha.
Nathan Lanawa.
Nathan Lanawa.
Akak.
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 Larapa'a.
Larapa'a.
Kalmakala.
Kalmakala.
Wakal Madawa.
Wakal Madawa.
Akak.
Akak.
Lata'ar.
Lata'ar.
Amatazaraya.
Amatazaraya.
Akak.
Akak.
La Aquayam.
La Aquayam.
Amathiam.
Amathiam.
Akak.
Akak.
Irakawa.
Irakawa.
Atama'ala.
Atamala.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Basham Yahweh.
Basham Yahweh.
THAWADAH.
THAWADAH. In English, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out in the name of Yahweh.
To cast them out in the name of Yahweh.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. All right, this is the prayer for the blessings to bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Basham Yahweh.
Basham Yahweh.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Wayasharala.
Wayasharala.
Wa'a.
Waha.
Bayatsapariam.
Bayatsapariam.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'a.
Rapa'a.
Magan.
Magan.
Hagan.
Hagan.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
The young men and the sisters.
The young men and the sisters.
Basham Yahweh.
Basham Yahweh.
THAWADAH.
THAWADAH. What you just said in English? Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahweh, thank you so much.
All right, sorry, which means to turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel. I.M.A.D.U. Shabbat. I.M.A.D.U. Barak. Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Yadamata, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister, men of Israel. Sar, which means to turn and face the sister. Men of Israel, I.M.A.D.U. Shabbat. I.M.A.D.U. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alatan Basham Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shamar Alatan Basham Yahweh Shai.
Yadimata, class dismissed.
All right, to our online viewers, remember, like, subscribe, share our videos. Remember to pay your tithes. ISUPK.com. Go to tithes. Pay your tithe. All right. You don't want to play.
No, man, you can't play it, man. It's all right.
Okay.
If the captain didn't play it, it could. You know what I mean? So, I think to it.
Them play this? Them play bad?
Yeah, man, them play it, man.
All right, so Shalom.
Shalom.
Kill them. Suffocate them, no pussy boy. Yo, status. Tell some boys we don't chat us. Anyway, my dogs go in on the street, them bad. Gun talking up with jeans member. If any somebody ever treat them bad, send the pussy them but meet them God. Louis V kicks pan we feed them bad. Catch a new drip, dog they beat them bad. Look how we just come and we a beat them bad. You know sister we them that. Hey, but anyway though, this a no playground. The Glock 19, they have to stay round. Nah take no check with me payroll. Anything rise up, lay down. Them a send check, but they won't. Dog, we will make it step if they don't. But at the same old, said them want smoke, but the grab a ton flame out. A couple gyal a come through. Gyal a WhatsApp what she gonna come to. She a give me tap and she swallow some juice. Gyal a suck cock till me Jonathan blow. Bentley van a come through. Convert to the drop top, still have a sunroof. The dog them roll, strap your one proof. Alright, wanna move. Anyway, my dogs go in on the street, them bad. Gun talking up with jeans member. If any somebody ever treat them bad, send the pussy them but meet them God. Louis V kicks pan we feed them bad. Catch a new drip, dog they beat them bad. Look how we just come and we a beat them bad. You know sister we them that. Aye, Jeff say go fuck it up, so we fuck it up. Big up all of me friend them all who me never big up. All who know they ass up, I ain't in a cup. Life shake up, you know me friend, but that's how big up. Greenfield say me tough, so we a famous. And all who a flip up and a lip up and fill it up. Girl pussy way buff, one give we a fuck. One the pussy boss, one tar belly stuff with the fat cock. Me give back shot, really. Girl a bad hype up if you're not that pretty. Money say make you know him can't chat silly. Anything we beat, we have a fat clock with it. Flick your bad with it, this a chop city. Anywhere we go, we a lot that city. Money in a pocket, city, fat billy. Don't come around if you're not family. Anyway, my dogs go in on the street, them bad. Gun talking up with jeans member. If any somebody ever treat them bad, send the pussy them but meet them God. Louis V kicks pan we feed them bad. Catch a new drip, dog they beat them bad. Look how we just come and we a beat them bad. You know sister we them that.